Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20-minute podcast, your source of tech news every Tuesday. I'm your host, Fuad, joined with my co-host, Rashad.
Hello, everybody.
And today is a special bonus episode. It's probably not coming out on a Tuesday. Today we're doing a quick review for Spider-Man No Way Home. We're super excited. We watched it together, and we also have a special guest with us, our recurring guest, Delvon.
How you doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. I think we should just jump right in. I believe you saw it twice, Delvon. Is that correct?
I definitely seen it twice and enjoyed it both times and cried both times.
Yeah, it's quite an intense movie. I'd say I really liked it. It's just like fan service. It's just really good. I don't want to spoil anything, but
Mhm.
I really love it. I'm a big like Marvel fanboy, and uh yeah, I just really enjoyed it. What are your thoughts, Rashad?
Yeah, as Delvon said, I didn't cry. I was about to cry a couple of times in the movie. But yeah, it's a great movie. Great story, entertaining. And yeah, I love the movie. Really nice.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like one of my favorite things about the movie is the last two Spider-Man movies. You didn't get to really see like sort of big consequences to like Peter or the characters around him. But for this one, you really feel like the main character has grown, and um you see him go through like hard times, and you see him uh like a change and grow up. Basically, you can tell it's much more emotional this time.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job at capturing that, giving us the emotion that we needed. Granted that, mostly every Spider-Man movie that we've seen thus far, Uncle Ben died.
Mhm.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
every universe, to really develop that hero to a point where, he has to realize that he can't save everybody. He's gonna have to make hard decisions and stuff. And like you said, prior to all the other Spider-Man movies, Tom hasn't had that, been able to have that for himself, and what they did in this movie is gave him the opportunity to be a better hero than he ever was and learn how to make hard decisions when he had to make them, because he never had that window to do so.
Mm, yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Um, well, I let's talk about the villains. What was what was your both of you? What was your favorite super villain? We're not spoiling anything. All the villains are in the trailer, so there's
Yeah. Is
so
in,
that's
is in
not
the
a
trailer.
spoiler.
yeah.
Was all of them in the trailer? Hold on, I don't think all of them was in the trailer. I think there's was there one missing in the trailer?
Other, I I'm not
Yeah, I think one
sure.
was missing in the trailer. I know in the trailer I seen Sandman,
Mm.
Octopus, Shocker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, right?
And the
Right?
lizard. There was the one final shot where they're all like jumping, and like where
Oh, the
that's
lizard.
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Statue of
Okay,
Liberty.
okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I didn't want to say the lizard because I was like, okay, I don't remember him in the trailer.
Yeah, no, he was, he was.
Okay. um, my take on the villains was incredible. Actually, I like the nostalgia. The nostalgia just put me somewhere else because I like you're a big Marvel fan. I am also, but I'm also a big Spider-Man fan. Like hands
Mm.
down in Marvel, Spider-Man is the number one character for me, period.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
grown man and I still have Spider-Man stuff around my house. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I have
We're
like a
not
big
here to
Marvel
judge.
poster.
So the nostalgia of the villains were really great seeing those villains again, and it was just like wow. And then also like I think that each of them portrayed their role perfectly.
Mm.
They didn't feel like a side character in the movie. They felt like they were in the movie, like a supporting actor or character in the movie. So kudos to Marvel and Disney for that.
For
Loved
sure.
it.
Yeah, for sure. What was your favorite villain, Rashad?
Okay, the my favorite is the octopus. I don't, Mr. Ock,
Doc Ock.
Doc
Doc Ock.
Ock. But the best villain, in my opinion, is what is he called? The
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Green
Yes.
Goblin. Yeah, yeah, he's the best villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But our favorite is Doctor Ock.
I have to go with the same thing that you said. I definitely love Doc Ock. He's my favorite in there. I think he did really well. But Green Goblin stole the show for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like I even
Yeah.
saw like a clip of him on Twitter. I think I like the tweet where he says he wanted to play the role really badly. He didn't want to be filler or anything. He wanted to do all the action scenes and like Willem Dafoe's at like 60 years old or 66, like something like that.
Yeah, he was
And
pretty old.
yeah, and I feel like during the fight scenes that they like I don't know if it was a stunt double, but he looked like convincing. He looked like he was just like his normal self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And if you notice in some of the fight scenes with him that it wasn't as limbo as Spider-Man was, doing the fight scenes, which portrayed that it could have been possibly really him playing it, So, or some added CGI, of course.
Yeah.
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 Of course.
So, where does this one like land on your like all-time Spider-Man movies?
Ooh, oh man. If we talk about like all of them being made, I'm still gonna give it to the animated one with Miles Morales.
Oh yeah, that one is special. Yeah.
But I will put this one at number 2. I would definitely. But if we're talking about live action, then this pushes up to. Yeah, it's still number 2. Number 1 was still the one. Toby.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
I talked with Rashad about this. I think I'm tied. I really liked Far From Home, the last one, where they were fighting Mysterio and stuff. I really liked it. I think I saw on IMDb it's like a 7.3 or something. I gave it like a 9 out of 10. I really liked that one, especially like the scene where like Mysterio like traps Spider-Man in like this like hallucinating type of
oh man,
like in a trance where he was like
that building, right?
That was really good. I loved that scene.
That was so good.
Yeah, so I gave that movie a 9, and now looking at this, I also like at first that was a 9, but maybe if I watch it again, I give it like 9.5.
Yeah.
So it's the top one to you.
Probably also Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one, like you said, also probably like a 9.5. That one I saw it in the movies as well, and it was really nice.
Yeah, I think that the only reason why any other Spider-Man movie live action is not sorry not better than the first one and probably this one that we just seen now is only because the other ones don't capture too much emotion. If when you walk into the movie theater and then something happens to a person in the film and you actually feel that and you're about to tear up or you feel that emotion, that is a powerful message. That they grabbed at you. They wanted to capture you and they captured me. And that's what makes movies great, when I can feel that for that character. Even characters that I hate, if I go to a movie and I see a character that I just can't stand, they did a good job being a villain.
Exactly. That's how they're supposed to be played. Exactly.
They're doing their job well.
Yeah, they did a good job. You go to movies, you see like, oh, I hate that person and blah blah blah. And then if there's an annoying character that plays an annoying role, if they make you annoyed, then they doing their job. So it's I look at a lot when I judge movies and stuff like that, and I just feel like between Toby, first Spider-Man, the emotion that was grabbed in there, and everything that he went through, all the way up until him killing the guy that he thought killed Uncle Ben and everything, and then Tom, up into the new movie, not spoiling anything, the emotion that he had in there too, so that places them up at the top for me, as well as Miles Morales. He also in the Spider-Verse felt that emotion.
Yeah.
They grabbed that. So I don't think that sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't think that Andrew Garfield really felt that until at the end of his movie when Gwen actually died. Where he became, what I'm saying? So
yeah, that scene was crazy. That's where she hit the floor. Ooh, like that makes me
Yes.
cringe. Like, ooh,
Whew.
she snapped,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Nick was gone.
exactly. Um, should we move on to to the spoiler part? I think
Yes.
Yeah,
I just
we
sense
gotta
one.
alert
So
the audience.
yeah, so everyone who's listening, we just stop here. If you haven't watched the movie, you can just stop and go away, watch it, maybe come back.
Follow us on our social media accounts.
Yeah, just you have to throw in the plug. Follow Devon as well.
Of
Um,
course.
okay, so now spoiler, like the biggest, absolute biggest scene, of course, is when Ned channels in the other two Spider-Man. Like we were in the movies and like everyone was like gasped and they were clapping and stuff. Like we couldn't even hear what they were saying because everyone was like in shock. Like I
Yeah.
heard rumors and stuff, but I tried to not look at anything without
Mhm.
before the movie. I even like felt like I shouldn't watch the trailer, but I gave in eventually. But
Yeah.
uh, I just really liked them in this movie. I felt like they were such like so natural. Especially my favorite was Andrew Garfield. He felt like
Mhm.
he was like he felt like he played the character like 2 days ago. He didn't feel like it was years ago, and he grew up and everyone like and they canceled his third movie and stuff like that. It's just he
Yeah.
felt natural, and also Toby felt I felt like he was like uh what's the word? Like he was like an older, more mature Spider-Man than he was in the
Yeah.
movie. So, uh, what was your reaction?
I want to say my favorite scene of the whole entire movie, which was the second scene that made me cry. Unmade scene didn't grab me. It
Mm,
was after her death.
yeah.
Um, when Ned and MJ came to the roof and hugged him. It was
Mm,
that part that got me the first time. But my favorite scene of all is that when Toby explained to Tom, that he killed his, the person that he thought killed his Uncle Ben, and it didn't help, and he just went through all of this, and then it came to the scene where Tom was about to kill William Dafoe the same way William Dafoe died,
right.
in the first Spider-Man movie,
Yep. With the glider. Yeah.
and yes, and then Toby came over there and grabbed the glider and held it and looked at him. That Toby had that same face that he had when he was fighting Doc Ock, where he was struggling to save Mary J and summon his whole entire life up at every decision that he ever made before he was able to lift that thing and throw it off of him. And he gave that look to Tom to let him know. And it was so deep to me because, Tom looked at him while he looked at him, and he knew what he was trying to do for him. He knew everything. He summed that man's whole entire life up by
Mm.
a stare.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like
By a stare.
yeah when they were doing the stare down, I was waiting for him to say something, but then he just stayed
Yes.
silent, and then I was like, okay, maybe silence is more powerful.
It was
Mm.
way more powerful. It grabbed me so hard. It gave me chills, ran through my body, and I just had tears and stuff. I was just like, yo, that is crazy. Because sometimes, you don't need words to deliver a powerful message. And that's exactly what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think the acting of that whole scene was just genius. So,
That it was
because I was
really
waiting too.
yeah, yeah. Everyone did a great job. I feel like, and every single actor. I don't think there was like one of them was like bad or anything. Everyone did their jobs like quite well.
Correct.
Really? Yeah.
Mm. Um.
Like my part of the movie was the attention to detail and like staying the same as like when you see the three Spider-Mans when they like
Mhm.
stand and sit and move. It's like the old movies. They didn't change that. So
Mm.
each character had his signature, which is cool, really cool.
Yeah, even like the stands from the poster. Even I noticed the suits were from the old movies. They're the same suits, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the type of detail that I really love from Marvel. Like you said, Michelle.
Yeah.
Even the web slinging, how
Mm.
Toby could shoot out his hands. They kept that and everything.
Yeah, that was a
It's like,
weird
did that come
thing.
out of you?
Yeah, I'm glad they kept it. You can even see like Andrew Garfield's face where he just like staring at his hand the whole time. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the weird thing they kept from the movie. I'm glad they brought it up as like comic relief. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I mean that was a big thing, because in the comic books, Spider-Man makes his web shooters, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is a scene where he mutates and he can shoot from his arms and stuff like that. But I'm glad they did it because, as you can see, the Kevin Feige, I think Feige, he
Feige, I think. Yeah.
yeah, he was really trying to capture the whole Spider-Verse thing, and he did a good job because some of them didn't know about aliens, some of them didn't know about going in space, some of them for different. They're all Spider-Mans, but they all got different villains, and all of that. So when they had that conversation, they didn't know about it. He was like, "Hey man, you got the Avengers," and he said, "That's great and all, but who are the Avengers?" And I was just like,
Yeah.
"Whoa!"
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
him segregating that Spider Verse was perfect, like how he did it, because none of them knew anything about each other besides they had the same abilities, pretty much.
Yeah. So
So
I'm just so happy that this movie came out the way it did, and yeah, I'm just glad. So one last thing, one last question for everyone. What was your favorite scene out of the movie? I'm tied between three. Um,
mhm.
I think the scene where the both Spider-Man come in, the scene where the MJ falls and then Andrew Garfield sweeps in and just come and picks her up, like, and they just like
Yeah.
stare down at the end of it. And one more scene, I can't remember. I was just thinking about it. The fight scene with Doctor Strange.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say mine because you just said one of mine.
Oh, okay, okay.
uh, it was definitely the Andrew Garfield scene. I felt that.
Mm,
I felt that. I
yeah.
really felt that when he saved MJ. Like he just won't gonna let that happen again to this guy, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia for himself as
Mm,
well. And then he needed that closure, and I felt he got it that time. So
yeah. What about you, Musad?
My favorite scene was the same scene with what is he called?
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, MJ.
Oh, MJ.
MJ. Yeah, the same scene, and I really like the beginning, the fight scene with Doctor Ock. It
Mm,
was uh, it was nice in my opinion.
it was. I
Fun.
mean, that was a great. I mean, a lot of the scenes were great.
mm,
So
All the movie is great.
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
I
I have to agree.
I just remember something. I noticed. I think the reason I gave it 9 out of 10 and not like 9.5 or a 10 is because I felt like the action scenes weren't there wasn't a lot of action scenes, or the action scenes weren't as grand as other scenes. I remember like with Mysterio and every other like monster they would fight. It would be like a big scene, but then I
Yeah,
realized even the small little ones were done really well. Like the final fight and the one with Doc Ock, they were all great.
Yeah, they were really great.
Mhm. All right, so I think we should wrap up. So thank you for listening to today's bonus episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Follow us on the platform you're listening to us from, whether it's Apple Podcast, Spotify, or any other platform. Uh, Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and follow Delvon as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you.
It's been great having you, Delvon.
All right, no doubt. I love being up here with you guys.
All right, so hopefully we'll see you. You want to say something?
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
All right, so it's weird with the lag and stuff. Okay, so we'll see you hopefully next Tuesday, everyone. Bye bye.
all right, bye.
Bye bye.